When we run this arrangers workshop, we bring in 8 participants from all over the world now and invite them to write an arrangement of a song that's going to be performed in concert by the selected soloist. And during the course of the week, we read and record these arrangements and have master classes in the afternoon where we talk about the structure and language and technique of writing for the orchestra and dealing with the song and the soloist. And we make changes in the arrangements, and inevitably there are revisions and recopying things, and the next day we have another version of it for the orchestra to read, and we work through those versions, and sometimes there are more revisions. And by the end of the week we have the arrangement complete and prepared with the soloist to give a concert of all of the music prepared. How about nothing? How about nothing from the strings until 218? Can we just try that? And then if you hate it, I'll put it back.
Okay, sure.
So the strings tacit at 210.
We could start with the deadline. I think that is very important for the librarian. For me, it is very necessary to have arrangements in time so I can print them and send them to the conductor. And that's why we need time to print, to bind scores and parts, tape them together. And in these cases it's always good if the version you send is the final one.
And when you are a composer, it's very hard to discern between the composing part and the arranging parts. Of course, yes. When you are an arranger, you get material and you add your thing to it. But if you're a composer, you have some ideas. Some are melodic, some are harmonic, some are rhythmic, some are color, and then you start doing it. And discerning between the composing part and the arranging part, I had to think about it very hard, but it is interesting, and I will tell you some things about it. So it's clear that being an arranger is for me the same as being a composer. You're a creative person, not a slave to someone else's ideas. Sometimes you are, sometimes you have to.
What I found as I got into the business was that I saw all these people succeeding who at first I didn't feel they really deserved it, you know. And so to give you a capsule example as a player, it's the same philosophy in every part of the business. So I came in there and I'm practicing my scales all day when I moved to New York, and I'm really blazing around on the guitar, and you know, I really, you know, I'm impressive, you know. So I'm showing up for auditions and trying to get jobs as a session player or get out on the road or whatever. And you know, I see all these other guys, they don't look like they're as good as me, what they do, you know, or they don't seem to be. And they're getting all the work.
But being able to hear the sound of the orchestra in our head is, I think, probably one of the more important things that you can have. And so how do you get that? You know, and you know, you get it by listening and by looking at scores and seeing a correlation between what's written and what you hear, and what it is that you want to hear. You know, when you start formulating that sound in your head of your own orchestra and what that would sound like. And that's a really important skill that we all continue to develop, even I do.
Trashman didn't get my trash today. Oh, why? Because they want more pay. Bosses on strike want to raise and fare, so they can help
Voor ons is dit een investering in ook onze eigen toekomst. Want wij hebben in de afgelopen week 8 gasten van over de hele wereld op bezoek gehad die deel hebben genomen aan dit jaarlijks georganiseerde festijn, zou je bijna zeggen. Want er hebben bijna 100 mensen zich kandidaat gesteld om deel te mogen nemen aan deze workshop. En uiteindelijk hebben we 8 mensen geselecteerd die deze week van over de hele wereld naar Hilversum gekomen zijn. Er komt iemand uit Australië, iemand uit Brazilië, iemand uit Taiwan. Er komen 2 mensen uit Duitsland, 2 mensen uit de Verenigde Staten en eentje uit Nederland. En zij hebben van tevoren allemaal scores opgestuurd, mp3'tjes daarbij. Zware taak om het allemaal te beoordelen en een keuze te maken. Maar u zult vanavond horen wat het resultaat zal zijn. En zij hebben deze week gewerkt onder leiding van Vince Mendoza, onze vorige chefdirigent. Heel blij dat hij weer bij het orkest is. Hij heeft dit al een flink aantal jaren gedaan en als je bij hem de workshop hebt gevolgd, dan is dat eigenlijk een aanbeveling voor een fantastische carrière.
That's how I take and I give devil make it. When the day is through, I suffer.
The Arrangers Workshop began November 8, 1997 in this room. So 20 years ago, we began the Arrangers Workshop with the Metropole Orkest. And so we began it with a cooperation of the European Broadcasting Union, but mostly it was our plan to develop the younger writers, to find the new voices that will be a part of what the orchestra will play in the future. And since then, over 20 years, I've seen the quality of the writers rise and the interest in the workshop has gotten worldwide, really. And you can see, I'll introduce you later to the participants. They're from all over the world. And it's so great to be able to find the new voices of the orchestra and the people coming that are interested in us.
Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever spinning, like a snowball down a mountain.
The Arrangers Workshop with the Metropole Orkestra is the only type of its thing in the world. It's a unique experience that is so important for fostering arrangers like myself and composers from all around the world, and helps to ensure that new music will keep being created for many years still to come.
I'm so glad that I was given the opportunity to come here and work with everyone. And finally, of course, the most magical thing is hearing your own arrangement played by the best jazz orchestra in the world. So I'm so thankful to be here, and I know the rest of the participants here are as well.